Morning, this is Brian. Today is Tuesday, September 6, 2022. I'm here in South Tecolote Canyon open space here in San Diego, and it's time to do an ode to this absolutely marvelously large coast live oak. Now, I've done a couple of ode videos to this type of tree, the coast live oak. This is Quercus agrifolia, variety agrifolia, found in the coastal foothills and lower mountains from the Bay Area down here down into Baja. And I just had to take time to show some appreciation for this individual right here. Very large, multi-trunked, huge root burl, massive, beautiful coast live oak. Now, I did feature this oak in one of the clips of my September 6th South Tecolote Canyon hiking video set, but I wanted to do a separate video just about this tree itself. Just looking at the multi-trunk architecture of this tree is absolutely amazing. Seems like the last several times I've been going out, I've been finding these enormous old live oaks, and it's just making these outings all that much more special. And just look at the architecture, the stature, the size of this tree. Absolutely amazing this tree is. So I've done a good few videos on coast live oaks. Well, there's a reason why, because they are simply outstanding trees, and when they get huge, they may not get extremely tall, but they do contribute a lot of biomass. Look at this. Now, I'm pretty sure, not 100% of course, that these are separate trees here. This one and possibly this one. But I can't be 100% sure either, because a lot of our oaks can get multi-trunked, especially the older trees that have grown a long time after, maybe even growing a long time before and having been burnt or cut down. Because a lot of times these trees will resprout from their roots and from their branches, creating these charismatic, gnarled, multi-trunked, thicket-like trees that are just amazing. I'd say this tree is probably about 40, maybe 45 feet tall. It's hard to tell. It's hard to get a good perspective on this tree outside its immediate surrounding, because there's really no place to go to get a good perspective of it, because it's very well hemmed in with coast live oak trees everywhere. And that's all fine and dandy, because it's a very nice shady area. It's a good retreat on a hot day. Or this time it was kind of a muggy, warm, muggy morning here in early September. But just the architecture of this tree just knocked my socks off. I was coming from this way, when I happened to see a swing hanging from the boughs of what like it was going to be a pretty large oak tree. Little did I know how actually huge it is. So I saw the swing, and then I saw some large limbs, and I was thinking to myself, ooh, it's going to be another large coast live oak, right? Oh yeah, a very large one. And that's why I feel like sometimes I have to take my time to do separate videos on these, because I just want to show the beautiful architecture, just the absolute insane natural beauty we have here, thanks to stuff like this, thanks to these trees. Now, for some of you who might be more than just have more than just a passing familiarity with coast live oaks. Some people who might know a little bit more, maybe a little more botanically inclined, that there are two varieties of coast live oak. The coastal lower elevation one, which is the one we're looking at here, is of course the typical coast live oak, the Quercus agrifolia variety agrifolia. But in our more inland foothills and mountains, sometimes up to nearly 6,000 feet, and usually up to about 5,000, but sometimes getting close to 6,000 feet, you'll have Quercus agrifolia variety oxydania, which I call the southern coast live oak, which is more in the southern portion of its range, albeit further inland and higher up. That's Quercus agrifolia variety oxydania. And both varieties are very similar, except that Quercus agrifolia variety oxydania, the inland version, the inland mountain version, has a lot more fuzziness underneath its leaves, a lot more conspicuously fuzzy. But I've done a spotlight on both the regular coast live oak, and I've done a spotlight on the southern coast live oak. And I do those separately because they're two separate varieties. So when I'm talking about varieties of plants, I usually try to make my spotlights variety specific. So that's why I have coast live oak as one spotlight and southern coast live oak as another. Now if you want to see some pretty good examples of southern coast live oak, Palomar Mountain State Park, Warner Springs, let's see, Cuyamaca Rancho State Park has some pretty nifty older ones, some of them quite large like this. But there's one, if you want to see a good southern coast live oak that has a classic round domed architecture, there's one at the Green Valley Campground day use area. It's near the Green Valley Campground parking lot. You go in, you park and do the day use thing, and then there's a large broad domed tree there too. And that one is a Quercus agrifolia variety oxydania. The one time I saw that tree was before I started filming, but this is a tree that I will continue to do ode videos to because I grew up here in Southern California and I got to enjoy these beautiful coast live oaks as a kid, and now as an adult. And when you got oaks, you got acorn woodpeckers. That's what you hear squawking in the background. Melanerpes formicivorus. Those crazy squawky birds with the little red on their heads. Beautiful birds. But so this, you can access this trail from this way at the Tecolote Canyon Nature Center. Be a little bit of a haul to get here. On Tecolote Drive, you just hoof it in all the way from the Nature Center. Probably be a little bit of a haul actually. Or you can access it from over by where I parked, which is on Ackworth/Boyd Avenue. One way, you go one way from the parking lot, it becomes Ackworth. One way comes Boyd, and you can access Genesee Avenue from there. So that's coming from Genesee Avenue and Boyd Avenue. That'd be probably a shorter haul, but you just hike down to the canyon, and it's a little nice little walk, and it's very beautiful and peaceful. And then you get these beautiful coast live oaks. Like I said, these trees just provide such awesome habitat for birds, food for squirrels and birds and other animals, and of course they provided food for the local Kumeyaay Indians back in the day. And just for a little extra background information of these trees, they're actually red. They're a type of a red oak. They're in the red oak group, the Lobatae or Erythrobalanus. But unlike most species of them, this one ripens its acorns in one growing season. So any acorns that started off this spring will be ripening this fall. Most red oaks, acorns that started this year will ripen in October of 2024, or 2023, I should say. 2023. Most red oaks, but coast live oak is a red oak that ripens its acorns in one growing season like most of the white oaks. Our local lizard population really likes it. We've got a great Basin Western Fence Lizard right here, kind of eyeballing me, wondering why I'm sticking this thing out towards him. Or her, I can't tell if that's a male or female. Beautiful. So, again, beautiful habitat. Just got to take time to appreciate these large, old growth Quercus agrifolia variety agrifolias. So, next time you're hiking, whether in the foothills, the canyons, the mountains, or even here near the coast, take some time to appreciate the beautiful coast live oak, Quercus agrifolia variety agrifolia. So that'll basically do it for my ode video. I'm going to go ahead and hop across here. Let's see, I came through here. It's a little sketchy coming down, so watch out. Just watch your step if you're going to visit this tree. And like I said, somebody put a swing on this one. Just take time to appreciate the awesomeness that nature provides us. Appreciate them and respect them. Don't do what a lot of people do. Carve your names into the trunks of these trees. That's another irksome thing that drives me nuts. So there you have it. Coast live oak, Quercus agrifolia variety agrifolia. One of the main trees down here. Thanks for watching my ode video. I hope this inspires you to come out and check out the coast live oaks in your local canyons, your foothills. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on another ode video